welcome to my humble homestead and Gardenside chat. Well, I am finally getting to my jam. So we're going to jam. All right, so I have these super ripe peaches that I am been cutting up, and these nectarines here that look amazing. So I also have my jelly jars in my canner warming up. So my canner over there, I brought some water up to above warm, you know, pretty warm, just kind of have it simmering. And I have my jelly jars in there, keeping them warm. So for this recipe, let me see if I kind of have a recipe here I'm following. I'm doing very low sugar, well, it's actually no sugar because I'm using honey. But you can do low sugar, no sugar jam here. So that way I can tell you really measurements, because you know me, I don't really measure. So let me find the recipe I kind of base this off of here. Here it is. All right. So this one says, okay, so it says you take 2 1/4 pounds of peeled peaches. Now, I buy organic, so, and I'm making this for me. You can do whatever you want. You can blanch them and then the peelings come right off. I'm not super picky. I'm making peach nectarine jam, so like I said, I kind of improvise a little bit. I don't take all the peelings off. I don't blanch them first. So my peaches are super ripe, so some of the peelings are just not coming off. I do peel some of them, and then what I'm doing is I take the pits and the peaches that I am getting off, I'm putting them in a jar. I'm going to turn this into peach vinegar. I'm just making a small jar of it just to drink, and maybe, just for myself, because I thought that would be yummy. So that's what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 1/4 pounds of the peaches and nectarines, which is about 7-ish. I might have a little bit more, so it might make a little more. Then you take 2 tablespoons, and it has to be bottled lemon juice. They said specifically bottled lemon juice. So 2 tablespoons of bottled lemon juice, 3 tablespoons of low or no sugar pectin. I get the ball, no sugar, low sugar pectin. So that's what I'm going to 3 tablespoons of that. And now, a 1/3 cup of water, and sugar or honey up to 1 cup. So now I'm going to use honey, my honey that I have. So what I'm going to do is and you can use it to taste. It says up to 1 cup. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to put maybe, because the peaches and the nectarines are super, super sweet, I'll probably do between 1/4 and 1/2 cup of honey, probably closer to 1/4. You can also use the raw white sugar, or, whatever you want, but that's what I'm going to do to make this. I think I like to taste the fruit, and I think the fruit is sweet enough. So now what I'm going to do, then what you do, I'm going to finish cutting this up, and then you put the water, the peaches, everything in there, and then you mash them up. And then I'm going to bring them over to a rolling boil. So that's a boil that where you're stirring it, it's not going to stop boiling. So as soon as I do that, so I'm going to peel them, put them in there, put everything in there together in the packaging, mash them with my masher here, or you can use a potato masher. And then I'm going to cook it, bring it to a rolling boil. So that's a boil that I cannot stir down. And then after that, I'm just going to let it, simmer and cook for a while till it's the thickness that I want. Then I will come back and we'll put it in jars, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, see you soon. Hi friends, welcome back. Okay, here it is after it boiled. Isn't it beautiful? It's pretty. All right, so after I sterilized 7 jelly jars. I don't think I'm gonna get that many, but always better to have more clean, sterilized, warm jars than not enough. So I have my canner. The water's warm, but I need to bring it up to a boil. So I'm going to try to not make a huge mess while I do this. I'm going to fill these up. Maybe I will need all these jars. To just about 1/4 of a quarter of the way down of headspace there. About 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch. Now if you don't have a canner or if you're not into canning, don't be discouraged from making this, because you can make it, that one's a little full, you can make this into freezer jam. So instead of canning it, you can go ahead and freeze this. This will be great for freezer jam as well. So you can just let it set and then freeze. I got more than I actually thought. I thought I was just gonna get like 3 jars. So this is great. Put the rest of that in there. All right. Now, let's taste it here. Taste test. It is really good, you guys. There's nothing better than warm jam over like vanilla ice cream. I don't even have ice cream in my house, but that is what my grandma used to always do. I didn't have a cloth ready, but normally I have just a regular cloth, so I don't have to use paper towels. So I just take a damp cloth. A lot of times I'll have just a little bit of vinegar on it, and I go around and just wipe the rim, because when we're canning them, we want it to make sure there's no extra sugars. See, there's sugar on that, so they'll seal properly. So we just go around, wipe each of them. And my house smells amazing too. Also, I was going to tell you, when I was making this, you can add cinnamon to it if you want. Sometimes I add cinnamon to my jam. Sometimes, like this time, I did not. The recipe did not call for cinnamon, so usually the first time I just go ahead and make it exactly how the recipe calls for. So then after this, I'm just going to wait for my canner to boil, and I'm going to put these in the canner. You just want them to be like a nice and finger tight here. And then these process for 10 minutes. And then after, they can come out. And then they come out and you just let them rest for, till they cool, and you'll hear them pop. They'll seal. And then I always take a black magic marker and write the date and what it is. When I haven't canned in years, but I do, because like my plants out there that the wind blew away, I don't remember what any of them are. So yeah, so that is how it is. I will take pictures and post of how they look in the canner. So when I use these really small jars, I put a quart-sized jar in the middle sideways, and then I put these around it so they don't rattle and touch. So that's what I did with these, especially now that I don't have all 7 in there. So I'm going to process these and I'll show you when they're done. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you like more of this content, please like and share. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all you new subscribers. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I am so excited that you've joined, and just keep telling me the content you like to see. I know some of you really wanted a lot more cooking, so I've been trying to do that, at least, until my garden's up, and as more produce comes in, I'll add more cooking and food prep with my garden stuff. So thanks so much. Have a great day. Be blessed, and I will show you some pictures of it in the canner and as it comes out. Bye.